Today on Creating Joy, we are going to learn how to sew on snaps and what they are used for. So today what you need for your project is we need 2 5x5 squares and a pack of snaps, or if you have a couple of snaps, that will work too. Okay, so first we're going to prepare our fabric. We'll iron it in 1/4 of an inch and then I iron it over the 1/2 inch. Okay, so that is going to be our preparation for our project. Okay, so let's go to our ironing board and we'll do that. Okay, great. 2 pieces of fabric, and we're going to go ahead and iron them in 1/4 of an inch. And then we're going to iron it in about approximately 1/2 inch. And again, this is our sampler. So what we're doing is we're making it resemble a project that we might make in the future. Maybe you were making doll clothes, or maybe you were making a little purse or a dress. Snaps are one of those things that have kind of gone out of fashion, but really they're one of those things that if you don't have a buttonhole foot for your machine, that you can use the snaps instead. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to sew and then back stitch right along here and on both of our pieces of fabric. So as you can see, I put red thread in my machine so that it would be the same color as my fabric. And we're going to go ahead and again sew and then back stitch. And so I'm sewing right along the edge. So I don't use a lot of thread, I'm just putting it right underneath. I'm going to sew and then back stitch. It's called chain sewing. And cut the ends. So I did use white thread on the back because I don't plan on that being seen. So this is going to be our top. So now we're going to line up our fabric so it's right next to each other. So I'm using, I'm putting it so that the red is facing upward, and so I have my white on the back side, and that's for me is helping me know this is the back. Okay, so then we're going to take our snaps. The way you take them off is you just pull it apart. Okay, we're going to go ahead and separate 3 sets of snaps. Okay. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is line it up, bring it over so it's the same. Okay, and then I'm going to do one that's about in the center, and then just bring it over so I can see that it's the same, and then we'll do one near the bottom. Okay, so those are my markers that I'm going to be using for when I'm sewing them on. Okay, once you've got your needle threaded, then take your thread and pull it down until your needle is right in the center of your thread. And then you're going to tie the two ends together. So kind of twist them together, wrap them around your fingers, and make a knot. And then do it one more time and try and get the knot right on top of the other one. Okay, see my knot is right there, and I'm putting the knot right on top of the other one. So now it's an even bigger knot. So we're going to go ahead and take our fabric that we have. We've made our little dots on it, and we're going to decide, first look at your snaps. I have a face up one here and a face down one here. I'm going to put them right on top of my dots. The center of the dot that I drew is going to be the center of my snap. So we're going to take our thread and we're going to come up from underneath. And I'm going to remove my little snap. And I'm going to use my dot as my marker. And I'm going to come right up to the side of it. And just pull it all the way through until I have my tail sticking out. Okay? Then I'm going to take my snap and if it doesn't slide away, they're little slippery guys. Okay, there's little holes and you're going to slide it in one of the little holes and just slide it all the way down. Okay, now you want to turn it so that it's facing, so that the big point of your snap is right over top of where that marker is, okay? And then you're going to hold it down and you're going to go down in on the outside of the fabric. I'm going to stick it down. And then you're going to pull it through. And you're going to go in and out of this one hole 4 times. Okay? So I've just gone 1 time. And now I'm going to go right back up inside of the exact same hole. And we're going to do that 4 times in each of the holes. Okay? So see how I flipped it over so that I can actually see where I came up. So I can try and get it right in the exact same spot as I had it before. And then I'm going to slide it right inside of that hole again. The reason why we do 4 times is you want it to be stationary. You want it to stay in that spot. Okay? So you go ahead and sew in and out of your 4 holes 4 times in each hole, going around. And then when you are done going through all 4, then you're going to make a knot on the back and cut it off. Okay, so go ahead and do that. Okay, so when you're on your next hole, what you're going to do is go straight across from it and go ahead and pull it up through it. And again, like I said before, go and do 3 or 4 times in each hole. Okay? So you're just going to take it around it and then bring it up. Sometimes it's a little tricky to get it up there, but just have patience with it. And I just like tucking it underneath. Just a tiny bit underneath, and then poking it into the fabric, okay? Okay, and it again, we're just doing it a tiny bit underneath in the fabric and poking it straight into the hole. Okay, so these holes are actually tinier than my other snaps. I'm gonna go ahead and just do 3 times around. I'm gonna go down this time, and then I'm gonna go over to the next hole, and just come up on the next one. So I think with these particular ones, 3 is plenty. So, and we'll just continue around. So you just come underneath, grab a tiny piece of fabric, come up, go in the hole, and slide it through. So that's going to be the fastest way to do it, so that you're not going all the way down and then all the way up each time. You're just grabbing a tiny piece of the fabric, and then you're sticking it up through the hole. Okay? Okay, and then just go down and then go to the next hole. So I went all the way down that time, and now I'm going in my 4th and final hole. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing. And then we'll go down. This is our final time. We're going to take it down, bring it to the back side. We're going to make a loop around and then go up. So we're making a knot. I like putting my needle inside of it to bring it down where I want it to be. And I'm going to make a double knot, make another loop, put my needle down where I want it to go, near the other one, and pull it tight. Okay, and then grab your scissors and trim it off. So we have our first snap. So now I'm going to go ahead and do the other side, so the other fabric. So remember, this one, the little bump is going to be facing down towards the fabric. It's really important. Okay, so make sure it's pointing down. Okay, so here we have our finished product. We have our 3 snaps all sewn on. If you choose to just do one set of snaps, that is fine. This is just our practice. So let's go ahead and we'll snap them together. And we can see how it lines up. So if this was a shirt, okay, this is what it would look like if it was all snapped up. Okay, so maybe you want to make a shirt, or maybe you want to make a purse, or maybe a baby clothing. There's so many things that you can use these for. I've used snaps even just for a shirt that it was gaping a little bit, and I sewed on these snaps to help so that it wasn't gaping so much. Snaps are a really nice addition. They're easy to put on. They may take a little bit of time, but they're so worth it, and you can hide them. Once you put them on, they're hidden and they're inside. So anyway, so go ahead and pin it onto your paper and add it to your skills book. So I will be adding it on like this, and leaving one open to show that it is a snap. So here we have it. I've got mine all pinned on to my paper. I'm going to put it in my plastic protector sheet and add it to my skills book, and I hope you do the same. So thank you so much for joining me this week on Creating Joy.